My son came out of my father's shed with his hair cut off. Nobody will say who did it. Marcus was 8, and he had this beautiful curly hair down past his ears that I'd fought the school over. He loved it. So when he walked out of my dad's shed that Saturday with it shaved down to the scalp in uneven patches, my stomach dropped. Baby, what happened to your hair? He wouldn't look at me. I don't know. Someone cut it, Marcus. I don't remember. My dad came out of the shed wiping his hands on a rag. Boy needed a trim. Looked like a girl. You cut his hair? Without asking me? He's my grandson too. Somebody's gotta make a man out of him. I grabbed Marcus and put him in the car. On the drive home, he stared out the window, silent, one hand rubbing the raw patches on his head. I asked him 3 times who held the clippers. 3 times he said he didn't know. That night, I gave him a bath, and that's when I saw them. Bruises. On the backs of his arms, on his ribs. Old and new, layered like someone had been careful to keep them where clothes cover. Marcus, who did this? He started crying. I can't tell. He said I can't tell. Who said? He said if I tell you, they take me away. He said you'd be happy if I was gone. I held him until he fell asleep. Then I sat on the floor of his room and shook. I didn't confront my dad. Not yet, because if I did, he'd have a story ready, and everyone in my family would believe him over me. They always did. Golden Roger, deacon at the church, coaches little league. So I played it soft, called him Sunday. Dad, I overreacted about the hair. Marcus loves spending time out in the shed with you. Can he come next weekend? Course he can. Good for him. But this time I sewed a small recorder into the lining of Marcus's backpack. The kind you buy for meetings. I dropped him off at 9 that morning and told my dad I'd be back at 3. Then I sat in a parking lot 2 streets over and waited, hands sweating on the wheel, hating myself the whole time for leaving him there. At 3 I picked him up. He was quiet, missing hair on a fresh patch. That night, after he slept, I plugged the recorder into my laptop and listened. I heard the shed door close. I heard my father's voice, calm, almost bored. You tell your mama what we do in here? No, Papa. Good. Because your mama's weak. She let you grow that girl hair. She can't take care of you. You know what happens if you tell? They take you. You go to a home with strangers. Is that what you want? No, Papa. Then take your medicine like a man. Then I heard Marcus start to cry. And I heard the slap. And I heard him go quiet the way a child goes quiet when crying makes it worse. I sat there until 4 in the morning listening to it 3 more times. Because part of me needed to be sure I wasn't inventing my own father into a monster. I wasn't. The next day was my parents' anniversary dinner. Whole family. My mother, my 2 brothers, my aunt, the cousins. My father at the head of the table telling everyone how blessed we were. I stood up and set my phone in the middle of the table and pressed play. His voice filled the dining room. Your mama's weak? Take your medicine like a man. The slap. The crying. Nobody breathed. My mother's fork hit her plate. My father's face went from red to white. Turn that off. That's you edited that. That's out of context. What context is there, Dad? For hitting an 8-year-old until he can't cry out loud? My brother stood up so fast his chair fell backward. Is that Marcus? Roger, is that Marcus? It's discipline, my father said. It's what our father did to us, and we turned out fine. We did not turn out fine, my brother said, and his voice broke on the last word. My father looked around the table for one ally and found none. My mother was crying into her hands. My aunt had her phone out, dialing. He stood, tried for the door. My brother put himself in front of it. Sit down, Roger. Get out of my way. The police are already coming. Sit down. He sat, small, suddenly, like all the size had gone out of him. I crouched next to my son who was watching from the hallway, and I pulled him into my chest. You told me, I whispered. The recorder told me. You didn't have to. You're safe now. And over the top of his shaved little head, I watched my father put his face in his hands as the red and blue light started sweeping across the dining room wall.